The kettle had just begun its high-pitched scream when I caught her reflection in the window. One of those eerie, fragile seconds you'd freeze if you could. Maria stood barefoot, wrapped in an oversized hoodie I hadn't seen her wear since college. The sleeves hung past her hands, frayed and warped from the way she twisted them in anxious fits. Her phone buzzed on the counter again. She didn't flinch. Not like someone ignoring a scam call. More like someone praying I hadn't noticed. She didn't know I'd been watching her from the hallway. 3 full minutes. Just outside the kitchen, standing with wet hands and an unfinished plate in the sink. But I wasn't thinking about dishes anymore. I was watching the way she stared at herself. Not with vanity, but something more hollow. A turn. Her face flickered with surprise, but then she painted on a smile. It arrived too late. Too practiced. Tea? She asked casually, reaching for the kettle as though nothing in the world was unraveling. I didn't respond. Just walked past her, picked up her phone from the counter. The message preview sat glaring on the screen. Unread. Mason. I can't stop thinking about that kiss in your car. Don't pretend you're not mine. My stomach dropped, but my voice stayed calm. You kissed him in your car. Her eyes widened, but only for a fraction of a second. She lunged for the phone, not out of surprise but desperation. Like a predator exposed. I stepped back. What are you talking about? She said, attempting to keep her voice light. But the high-pitched edge betrayed her. Say it, I told her. It's not what you think. He's just a friend. You're overreacting. Overreacting. Those were the words. Not the kiss. Not the betrayal. Not even the lie. It was that dismissive tone, like I was being dramatic for caring that she sold our marriage for attention and a few stolen touches in a parked car. I stepped closer. You remember the marketing contract you begged me to help you get? The one with Grant's firm. A pause. Her mouth parted slightly. The one that's been keeping your consulting business alive for 8 months, I continued. You're unemployed tomorrow. Her breath caught. She scrambled for some angle. Charm, tears, denial, but all of it fell away. She just stood there, barefoot, hoodie too long for her frame, and for once speechless. I walked away. But that wasn't the worst of it. It was 2:17 a.m. when I finally opened the folder on her laptop. Work trip private. 23 videos. All dated, all time-stamped. The one from the night she claimed she had food poisoning and couldn't FaceTime. There she was on a balcony in a black dress she told me made her feel too exposed. Laughing. Wine glass in hand. No laptop. No team. Just Mason. The 5th video broke me. Him kissing her neck in a hotel hallway. Her fingers in his hair. Her eyes glowing like I hadn't seen in years. Then her phone buzzed beside me. Mason. Did you talk to him? You said you would. Then another. Don't screw this up. He doesn't need to find out. She'd promised him I was just an obstacle. Not a husband. A hurdle to be handled. I sat still, not breathing. Then backed up the folder. Screenshots. Videos. Emails. All of it. The next morning she came down around 9:30 a.m., wearing my old college t-shirt. She poured herself orange juice like nothing had happened. So, she asked, are we going to talk about last night? I didn't turn. What's left to say? You went through my stuff like a lunatic. I turned then, looked her dead in the eyes. You call it snooping. I call it waking up. You're acting like I'm some villain, she said. You kissed another man. Like, hit it. Repeatedly. That makes you exactly what you're afraid I see you as. I didn't plan it, she said eventually. It just happened. He understood me. You stopped. I gave her space to speak. She took it. Said she felt invisible. Said it was just 7 or 8 times. Shrugged like those were just numbers. I placed a thick envelope on the counter. Inside, evidence. Bank records. Screenshots. A letter terminating her biggest client, signed by me. I'm taking it all back, I told her. You wanted more. Here's less. She flipped through the documents, panic flickering under her carefully composed mask. I didn't think you had it in you, she whispered. I didn't either. She tried damage control. Called Blake's assistant. Begged. Lied. Failed. Later she floated around the house, wine glass in hand, pretending to belong. But nothing fit her anymore. Not the clothes, not the furniture, not the silence. I told her to be gone by Sunday. No second chance, she asked. I shook my head. You didn't just break a rule. You broke me. That night she sat beside me on the couch, eyes red. I didn't know he'd mean that much. You didn't care if he did, I replied. She reached out. I leaned away. I still love you, she said. No, I said. You loved the life I built for you. Not me. She whispered. I don't want to leave. You already did. I walked out barefoot into the cool dark, not running, just leaving behind the wreckage. The next morning, suitcase still empty. She dressed for an office that didn't want her anymore. Said she had emails to wrap up. Called her bluff. Showed her Mason's LinkedIn. Told her his wife left him for the same reason. You're not the first woman he's wrecked, I told her. But you're the last one who'll wreck me. You're just going to erase me, she asked. No, you did that. I'm just not rewriting you into my future. By Monday, she would be served divorce papers. She didn't know that yet. As I zipped my jacket to leave, she called after me. Where are you going? To finally live a day that's not built around your lies. And I left her standing there. Hello. And finished. Like the suitcase she'd never packed.